laboratory method known as stable isotope analysis has been continuously applied in archaeological investigations since the 1970s to learn about the human past. Recently, it has been applied to the Icebear woman, one of the last preserved and authenticated late Mesolithic individuals from northeastern Iberia, in order to understand nomadic resource exploitation and social behaviour. By conducting a stable isotopic analysis of her remains, archaeologists have begun to reconstruct her life history and place her in the wider context of late Mesolithic Europe. Isotopes are in everything humans eat and drink. They are variations of elements that have heavier atomic masses and are measured as ratios to determine their presence in human tissues. They can be radioactive and decay over time, or stable and retain their chemical properties once incorporated into the skeleton. They are absorbed into incremental growth tissues such as teeth and bone, which reflect different stages of an individual's life, and are measured using isotope ratio mass spectrometers. Limiting factors of this scientific method include its invasive nature and the potential for samples to be contaminated by their burial environment. In the study of the Icebear woman, the light isotopes carbon-13 and nitrogen-15 alongside the heavy isotopes strontium-87 and 86 were investigated. The carbon values reflected the type of terrestrial plants and fish she consumed, nitrogen values indicated her protein intake and trophic level, while strontium revealed her geographical location. To obtain these values, the researchers examined samples taken from her left scapula and her permanent right second molar. The results of this investigation suggest that the resources exploited by the Icebear woman were unique and provide radical information about this relatively unknown period of human history. Her childhood diet was dense in nitrogen and carbon, which placed her at a high trophic level, but this gradually changed throughout her early adolescence and into adulthood. The researchers suggest that this was an indicator of a gradually sustained reliance on plant-based foods. This is supported by predictive modelling and dental cavities in several of her teeth, but the most indicative supporting evidence for this interpretation are her low nitrogen values, possibly the lowest levels ever found in Mesolithic Europe. Her strontium values, on the other hand, suggest that she was buried in the same area where she grew up. This can be seen as a form of territoriality and is characteristic of late Mesolithic hunter-gatherers. These results suggest that the Icebear woman's gradual dietary shift was due to personal preference, local dietary taboos, or were a result of her social status. The stable isotopic study of the Icebear woman highlights that by investigating what individuals ate and where they lived, archaeologists can begin to reconstruct their life histories and gain insights into social behaviour and resource exploitation in specific periods of human history, and goes to show you really are what you eat.